Hey guys, it's Matt with remove-malware.com, and tonight I'm going to go ahead and do a little how-to video. And this video is basically going to show you how to clean off or get rid of any virus on your computer, any piece of malware, rootkit, Trojan, fake antivirus, whatever. It's going to show you how to get rid of it easily. Basically, we're going to be using the Kaspersky Rescue Disk. And I'm going to show you how to build a disk from start to finish and how to use it. I have here a PC that's so infected that it pretty much won't even boot. It just says starting Windows and that's it. That's all it can do. So I'm going to go ahead and just shut this guy down because it's pretty much useless at this point. If you didn't have a bootable antivirus disk like the Kaspersky Rescue Disk, you would be either unplugging your computer here and taking it to a repair shop, or B, calling in someone and hopefully they have a rescue disk on them. So, or C is new because C is what you're going to do. C is you find a computer where you can follow these instructions, build your own disk, save yourself about $100 to $200, and clean off your own PC. So, let's go ahead and get started. I'll minimize all this stuff. What the Kaspersky Rescue Disk is essentially a single file, and that file you have to burn. And when you burn it to a DVD or a CD, it becomes bootable. So I know it sounds kind of complicated right now. Just watch the video. It's not a big deal. Anybody could do this. Just anybody could. So I'll start off by going to Internet Explorer. I'm on my PC where I can still get on the internet and stuff like that. This PC has a DVD burner in it. I'm going to go to a website. I'm going to download my burning software. It's free. I'm going to go to filehippo.com. It's just a site I usually go to a lot to get a lot of utilities for the work that I do. And I'm going to kind of browse down on the side, and I see this file right here called image burn 2.5.5. Doesn't matter what version it is, just get image burn. Click it, and over here to the right you'll see download latest version. Just click that. You see this little bar drop down here at the top. A lot of people miss that. Just click that bar and hit download file. And we'll just go ahead and run. And go ahead and run that. And go ahead and click next. Accept the terms. Install full default options. Next. Next. I really don't want the ask toolbar, so I'm going to go ahead and unselect that. Sure, I'll let it check for updates. And that's it. We now have software that can burn or make this Kaspersky Rescue Disk. And you can see image burn starts right there. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and close it. It left a shortcut on my desktop. Okay. Number 2. Getting the Kaspersky Rescue Disk. It's free. I don't know if I mentioned that. I probably didn't. Kaspersky Rescue. Just type in that. It's usually the first result. Kaspersky Rescue Disk 10. And you can see it says Kaspersky Rescue Disk 10 right there. If you click this link down here, it says top 5 articles. Download Kaspersky Rescue 10. You can record it to a CD, which is what everyone can do, or if you have a newer computer, you can use a USB. I'm only covering the CD part because that kind of covers everybody. So we'll download Kaspersky Disk Rescue 10, or Kaspersky Rescue Disk 10, sorry. And as soon as I click that link, we're able to download the file. And you can see the file name is cav_rescue_10.iso. If you're not familiar with ISOs, don't worry about it. I'll show you how easy it is to burn one. I'm just going to save it to my desktop. Let's see, I click my desktop button. I'm using XP on this host machine. You might be using Windows Vista or Windows 7. It's kind of big, 207 megabytes. So while that's downloading, I'm going to go ahead and just pause my video. I'll be right back. Okay, so that finally downloaded, and what I'm going to go ahead and do now is going to pop a disk in to my burner here. Make sure I have a blank DVD. I do. And just go ahead and close my DVD burner. And you can probably double click this, but if you're not comfortable with double clicking it for some reason, you could always just click image burn. It's under your program files. As soon as image burn loads, you can go ahead and write image file to disk. This is really the only button we need to be concerned with. It's gigantic. It's top left. If you click it, now here's it's a little bit harder for some of you older folks who can't really see too well. Sorry, I deal with a lot of these people. Go ahead and click the folder, browse for file. I know it's on my desktop. I see it right down there. Click desktop. Select Cav Rescue 10. Click open. And we move immediately down here to write. And it should take a little bit of time, probably, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or less. I have verify turned on, so it may take a little more. So while that's burning, I'll pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, so that is burned, and that is now a file that is bootable. You can see it's automatically called KRD10. It's 207 megabytes. So now we're going to go ahead and bring up our infected computer here, and I'm using a virtual computer for the purpose of this demo. It's a VMware 7, and the infected computer is going to be a Windows 7 computer. So basically what I want to do is, the process of using a bootable CD is to shut off your computer. Your computer's off. You turn on your computer and you want to start the computer from the actual disk. Now, I'd say if you have a computer that's like 3 years old or newer, a lot of those are pre-configured to pretty much start up from disk. A lot of them, not all of them. If it's older, you may have to either click, if it's a Dell, you'd click F12 to select your bootable device. HP, gosh, I think it's like F10. I'm not sure. Each computer's different. It's usually either escape or one of your F whatever keys to select a bootable device. So for me on VMware, it's a little tricky. I have to hit escape at the right time. Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the video. In this part, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to boot your computer into the Kaspersky Rescue Disk environment, and I'll show you how to update it and scan all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm using a VMware. It's a virtual computer so that I can record all this stuff. Basically what I want to do is just get to my BIOS screen. On my computer I hit escape. Your computer, it may be F12 or F10, F8, just depends. Basically you just want to get to your boot menu. So I'm going to go ahead and select CD-ROM because I want to boot from the CD-ROM. And what you're going to want to do is just keep clicking enter to accept all the defaults, unless English is not your native language. So we're going to do Kaspersky Rescue Disk graphic mode. And it's going to load a basically a copy of Linux that can read Windows partitions and hard drives and things like that. Now in this video, it kind of sucks because I cannot scan this virtual machine. I guess the Kaspersky Rescue Disk just doesn't understand virtual disks, VDMKs. So I can only show you how you can update and how you can scan, but I can't actually show you the scanning process just because it refuses to work with this VMware stuff. I worked for like 4 hours Friday night, and I just couldn't make it work, and there's no documentation on the internet about what the issues may be. So, but I guess the scanning part isn't exactly critical to show you. I just want to show you how to boot from the CD, how to update it, and then what to select when you want to scan. So I would have put this video out on Saturday, except that I was in bed from almost the moment I got up to today, Sunday. I had the stomach flu, so it was a waste of a weekend. Pretty terrible. So this is a Gentoo Linux distribution. You can see it takes a few minutes to start. On almost every computer I work on, it's usually 5 minutes. I should also tell you that you want to make sure you have your computer plugged in with a network cable. You're going to need that to be able to update the bootable environment, to update to the latest Kaspersky virus database. So once again, if you're using a wireless card or something like that, it's not going to work. You got to plug in your computer with a network cable, patch cord, there's so many different words, Ethernet cable, whatever you want to call it, into your router/modem. Now when you get to this screen, you're going to see a bunch of black text with a white background, and all you're going to do is just click A to accept. So it's going to mount your hard drives at this point, and this can take a few minutes. The swap file usually takes the longest amount of time to create or to do its thing. There will be a third part to this, and that's going to be what you should do after you scan with the Kaspersky Rescue Disk. And I'll get into that next. So right now it's configuring the network. It's getting us an IP address. I'm going to pull a dynamic IP address. And we have our screen here. Let me go full screen for this. So we've got the Kaspersky Rescue Disk, and this is basically the menu. I usually just stick with defaults. I don't really mess with the settings. I find that the defaults are fine. My disk has already been updated. Yours will not be. This will say out of date for you. What you want to do is go ahead and click Start Update. Now once you click Start Update, that update process can take a long time, anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, depending on how busy their servers are or your connection, whatever. It takes a while. But once it's finished updating, you'll see this, up to date, right there. Once that's done, you're going to go over to Object Scan. You're going to deselect Hidden Objects Startup and then select C, so you have disk boot sectors and C selected. And you would click Start Object Scan. Mine, however, doesn't work. Like I said, I guess VMware and the Kaspersky Rescue Disk don't jive together. So That's not happening for me, but that's basically it. At the end of the scan, anything that has been found, you'll be presented with a menu that allows you to disinfect, delete, or quarantine. Um, as I stated on my blog, anything that you find in the Windows System 32 folder or the Windows folder, you should try to disinfect if it gives you the option. If not, just go ahead and quarantine. So anyway, that's it for this part. I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video while I get the virtual machine ready for the next part. Okay, this is part 3 of the video. Once you're done removing all the malware in the bootable environment using the Kaspersky Rescue Disk and you've booted your computer back up, it's a good chance you're probably still going to have a few leftovers hanging around, some leftover malware. What I like to do immediately is open up Internet Explorer, even if you're not using it. And we're going to do just a few things here. Normally this would not come up, but go ahead and get what I was going to show you. What you want to do is you want to right click and make sure menu bar is checked. And you go to Tools, Internet Options, Advanced, Reset, and then just click Reset. You do not have to check that. So this is going to reset any settings that the malware has set for the browser. So we'll go ahead and close that. Let's open it up again. Once again, I'll turn on my menu bar. And if you're still having trouble accessing the internet, let's go through this again. Make sure that if you don't have a proxy set, so go to Tools. The reset should have taken care of it, but I've seen times where it hasn't. Tools, Internet Options, Connections, LAN Settings, and make sure make sure this first one is not checked. You may see something like this checked. Make sure that the first and the second, mainly the first one, is not checked. Okay, so now it's time to scan for any items that may have been left behind. So I'll go to File Hippo again. And what we're going to do is download Malwarebytes free, the free edition, just the scanner part. And I always miss it. Alright, so it's Malwarebytes anti-malware 1.5.0.1. We'll download that. I'll just download it to my desktop. Should be a pretty quick download if you're in the States. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and run it. Now I know a lot of the people that watch my videos are used to me reviewing software, and they already know all this stuff. But this video, like I said, maybe I didn't say, is mainly for people who never do this stuff and they just want to get their computer cleaned without paying someone else to do it. So I'm just going to accept all the defaults, create a desktop icon, and install. I'm going to go ahead and update it and launch it at the same time. That's what those two check marks were about. can see it's updated its database version. And now it should go ahead and launch as well. There we go. I'll just do another check on the update tab for database update just to make sure. And we are up to date. And then what you would do is click scanner. Depending on how much time you have, a quick scan is usually more than enough, or if you got plenty of time, just go ahead and do a full scan. And if it finds anything, like if I do a quick scan here, I know this computer's clean, so it shouldn't find anything. What you would do is click show results, and then you could remove anything that was checked. So that's how that works. And I have documentation on my blog at remove-malware.com on how to actually remove stuff with Malwarebytes. So anyway, that's pretty much the video. And it was kind of the second and third part were pretty short, but it's really, that's all it takes to get your computer totally clean and usable again. So that's it. If you have any questions or anything, just go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and post this on my blog. You can just leave it in the comment section on my blog. So I will talk to y'all later.